Let us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. Holy will. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or a duty unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnah followers, streaming every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnah followers.
Assalamu alaikum. Please mark your calendars. Starting this Friday, March 1st, we will be replacing the 6 p.m. Eastern Aqidah class, Al-Wala Wal-Bara class, with a special program for the month of Ramadan. Please join Ustadah Laila Nasheeba for the first 7 days of Ramadan with a preparation course. Allow her to walk you every day after that with the fiqh of fasting. Don't forget, mark your calendars, and we're streaming it right here on Sunnahfollowers.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala, wa rasulallah. I want to welcome everybody here to our Ramadan prep class. This is our Ramadan prep series that I host every year. And then when Ramadan begins next week, inshallah, maybe it'll begin on Monday. Allah knows best, Monday or Tuesday or Sunday, one of those days. When Ramadan begins, we will continue to go over the fiqh of fasting every day. Inshallah, for those of you who are new to practicing this religion, I will walk you through each day of Ramadan. We will take it day by day. I will help you to get through each day fasting. I will inform you of what it is that we are expected to do. Everything that I've been teaching this week as a means of preparing you, I will go over it again, but I'll also add more stuff about how each week you're supposed to be getting closer and closer to Allah. Because alhamdulillah, most of you here have been attending my class for the past year, this 6 o'clock class, which was my Aqidah class. And we've been studying from the trilogy written by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid entitled Diluting Wala Wal Better, which breaks down the meaning of that shahada. So alhamdulillah, most of you who are listening to me, your fitra has been awakened. The fitra within your heart that was originally attached to the soul before Allah had your soul placed in the fetus that was in your mother's womb. Okay, before, once you were placed in your mother's womb, your fitra attached to the heart. And that's what's meant when it says we come into the world upon the fitra. We come into the world dependent upon Allah, innocent, helpless, not knowing what's going on. But we do believe in Allah. Because before Allah placed our souls in our bodies, our souls were kept by Him in a place only known by Him. Okay? And the soul has detached from the fitra. So the soul comes into this world curious and attracted to everything that's bad for it, everything that's dirty. Whereas the fitra has attached to the heart. It's trying to find its way back home to Allah. It recognizes truth. It recognizes what's good and what's clean. So they're constantly at odds with each other. The fitra of the heart and the soul. And then to make it even harder, once we reach the age of puberty, Allah attaches a jinn to your heart. And that jinn's job is to seduce you and try everything in its power to take you to hell with it. But Allah in his mercy also attached an angel to your heart. And that angel's job is to whisper to you and try to get you to follow your heart, which is controlled by the fitra, instead of following the soul. So this is the jihad an-nafs, the struggle that we embark upon as human beings when we come into this world. Some of us win the battle. Most of us don't. And why do I say most? Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made it clear that there will be more people in hell than paradise. So most of us will fail in nourishing our fitra. Most of us will not succeed in helping our fitra find its way back to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, out of every 1,000 people you know, 999 of them will be in the hellfire. Only one will make it to paradise. So what is our goal? The goal of each and every one of you listening to me should be to be that one. You want to be that one that makes it to paradise, not the 999 that won't. So for those of you who have been following me and listening all year long, your fitra should be awakened. Your fitra has been reawakened. Your fitra is happy right now because your fitra recognizes that the most important month of the year is about to begin. This month is more special than any other month, more than Shawwal, more than Shaban, more than any other month. Why? Even more than Hajj. Why? Because it's the month in which Allah is most forgiving of sins. This is the 1 month out the year, the 1 month out the year that Allah frees more people every night from hell. He doesn't do that in Hajj. He doesn't do that in the month of Shawwal, the month of Shaban, or any other month, just Ramadan. So this month is sacred. Your fitra, it knows that it wants to be back with Allah. It's reaching out, searching for it's the Lord. The fitra knows you've made mistakes. You've done things you shouldn't have done this year. You've fallen off the path a few times. You stumbled. Some of us stumbled and picked ourselves up, brushed ourselves off, and we keeping it moving now. Others of us stumbled and we just can't pull ourselves up. Well, this is the chance to try to pull yourself up. What do I mean by pull yourself up? This is the month. This is the weekend that most daya, such as myself, we get the weirdest emails. We get the weirdest phone calls. Weak Muslims who have fallen off the path. Weak Muslims who can't pull themselves up. Looking for excuses, reasons to get out of fulfilling their obligations this month. Looking for excuses to not fast. Looking for excuses to get out of fulfilling this one obligation that only comes around once a year. You don't have to fast any other time of the year. You don't have to fast in the month of Shawwal. I had to kick a brother out of here for that. Oh, yeah. I had to kick a dude out of this website. My dial was for women anyway, because women are more intelligent than men. But I had to kick a man out of here because while I was sitting here teaching y'all about the virtues of Ramadan, this dude came up in here trying to tell y'all about Shawwal. Shawwal don't mean nothing. If you haven't done Ramadan, this is the only fast that we are obligated to do. And that's how Shaitan wants you to operate. Shaitan wants you to look for a pass to get out of fasting Ramadan. Shaitan is telling you, him and his allies, oh, you can fast Shawwal. I want y'all to understand, Allah does not accept any of your voluntary deeds if you have not fulfilled the obligations. You can stay up all night long praying the night prayer, but if you oversleep and don't make Fajr, Allah didn't accept it. All you did was just wasted your time doing some exercises. The same with fasting. If you did not make Ramadan and complete it, Allah ain't accepting nothing that you do in regards to fasting that He didn't tell you had to do. And you don't have to do Shawwal at all. Period. Dot. Or any other month. Just Ramadan. Not Arafat either. Just Ramadan. So there's a lot of weak Muslims who can't pick themselves up. Some people making appointments. We go through this every year. You make an appointment to get dental surgery done. You had all year to get your dental surgery done. But now you decide to wait till the month of Ramadan. Guess what? You still got to fast. Dental surgery don't break the fast. Hello? You wait till now. You trying to book an appointment, breaking your neck, trying to book an appointment with the gynecologist to get a pap test. You had all year to get your pap test done. And the women brothers don't know what a pap test is, but we women do. You sisters supposed to get it done once a year. You done had all year to get your pap test done, but you decide to wait for Ramadan. So what? A pap test does not break your fast either. So what you doing? There's no way to get out of this obligation, because you're going to find out today that the only thing really that breaks your fast is eating food or drinking something or having sexual relations. That's it. If it doesn't entail eating something or drinking something, that means swallowing it into your stomach intentionally, your fast ain't broken. So you can go swimming. Oh yeah. Go to the gynecologist. Knock yourself out. Get your blood work done. Have a good time. Go get your heart checked. Oh yeah. Do the cardio. None of that stuff breaks your fast. You still got to fast. So for the weak Muslims out there, those of you whose fitra has been dimmed, now's the time to wake it up. Allah, y'all got to understand, Allah made this religion easy. It's not hard to be a Muslim. What does that mean in English? That means in broke down English, it's not hard to submit yourself to Allah. That's what the word Muslim means. Muslim means a person who submits himself to Allah. It's not hard to submit to him because he didn't impose any conditions or obligations upon us that are too hard to do. Prayer ain't hard. You just got to stop what you're doing and do it. Fasting ain't hard. You just got to abstain from eating and drinking until the sun sets. That's it. A few hours out the day. You cannot give Allah a few hours out the day. Fajr, dawn comes in at what, 6 o'clock? You break your fast at what? What time does Maghrib come in? 6:15? You cannot give Allah 12 hours. And by the way, most of them 12 hours you sleeping. Let's take away, if you're a person like me, I go to bed at Fajr because I'm a third shifter. I don't wake up till 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't give Allah 4 hours of your time. You can't give Allah 4 hours of your time. It ain't like we fasting in the summertime. Think about it. So for the weak Muslims out there who've missed my classes all year, you know, it's time to try to pick yourself up off the ground. We talked about how Allah is so merciful that he even told us that if something happens and you become sick while fasting, that you can break your fast and make it up after Ramadan. For example, say you catch a cold. This is the flu season in America. This is flu season in America. My daughter's a nurse. My granddaughter's a nursing student. They say the hospitals are seeing more cases of the flu than they are COVID or anything. If you get the flu, you can break your fast and just wait till it's over. You'll probably have it for a week. The flu can, the bad part of the flu can last a week. After a week, you got a week break. After a week, you go back to fasting and make those days up. That's how merciful Allah is. Just keep track of your days. Allah didn't impose fasting as a hardship for us. Say you fall down the steps, you break your leg. The pain is bad. You need to take some pain medicine. Break your fast. Make it up. See how merciful Allah is. So Allah doesn't impose fasting on us if we're sick. Or say, for example, your job. Allah knows how, in fact, he made it an obligation for you brothers to provide and maintain your families. That's one of y'all's obligations too, just like prayer is. Allah is so merciful. If your job tells you you have to go out of town for business, okay, no problem. You don't even have to fast. It doesn't matter if you out of town for a week. It doesn't matter if you living out your suitcase for 2 weeks. You don't have to fast because you're not settled. See how merciful Allah is? Just keep track of the days. You got to make them that week or them 2 weeks up. Fasting is not hard. It's not a big deal as your personal jinn is trying to make you believe it is. And also to show how merciful Allah is. Some of us have chronic illnesses. For example, you may be a diabetic, or you may be a person like me who suffers with GERD. For people like us, diabetes can be controlled through medication. My GERD is controlled through medication. It flares up sometimes. We make the attempt to fast. People on with diabetes, you can fast. To show how merciful Allah is, insulin doesn't even break your fast. You can take your insulin and still fast. But if you have diabetic weakness that you know is serious, you can break it and pay the ransom. Look how merciful Allah is. Since it's a chronic illness, you ain't even got to worry about making the day back up. All you got to do is pay the ransom for that day. Keep track of the days that you have to break your fast because your sugar is out of control. Or a person like me with GERD. I make the attempt to fast. I try to fast. But if the GERD flares up while I'm fasting, I can break the fast. And that's ransom too. See how merciful Allah is with the chronic illnesses. So what excuse you got that you can't give Allah 4 hours? What excuse you have? You can't give him 6 hours out the day. You can't give Allah 8 hours out the day to remember him. That's all. You're going to die? You're not going to die because you didn't stuff your face for 8 hours. You're not going to die because you didn't drink water for 8 hours. But we're getting the weak Muslims with this. Oh, I'll dehydrate. You are not going to dehydrate in 8 hours. 9 times out of 10, you already dehydrated. Most people are dehydrated. You don't drink that much water, and you know you don't. You can't go without stuffing your face for 8 hours. Then that means something wrong with you. Because that's all the Ramadan fasting is. Just not eating or drinking anything. You're that much of a glutton? You're that much of a piglet? 8 hours you can't stop? Then something wrong with you. You a person on medication, like Layla. I take medications. I take medication for anxiety. I take Lexapro. I take medication for arthritis. I take medication for my GERD. I take medication for my allergies. I take medication for my asthma. All you got to do is switch it around. I'll just take it at Fajr. Or I'll take it when I break my fast. That's it. See how easy that was. I can give Allah 8 hours. Instead of taking my medicine at 3 in the afternoon, I'll take it at 7:30 at night. Or I'll take it at 6 o'clock in the morning. Or I'll take it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all see how easy that is? This is how you defeat your jinn. Because right about now, for those of you whose iman is weak, and that's most Muslims, that's 90% of us. 90% of the Muslims have weak faith. That's a fact. The way you defeat Shaitan, who tries to get you to go to hell, is by rationalizing, using your logic. This is what the Prophet taught the companions. You can't sacrifice. By the way, the companions fought the battle of Badr during the month of Ramadan. Did y'all know that? The companions were on the battlefield, taking names, and they were fasting. You weak American Muslims, you weak United Kingdom Muslims, you weak Australians, you weak Western Muslims can't give Allah 8 hours and you ain't got no battle going on. Ugh. Pathetic, isn't it? Do I have your attention now? Is your fitra awakened now, weak Muslims? Oh yeah. That's the role of a da'iyah. It's our job to help you to pick yourself up off the ground and get back on track. It's our job to try to penetrate your heart to reach your fitra, which in turn can cause your faith to grow and knock some sense into your soul, which is criminal by nature. So now I got your attention. And since I got your attention, what I'm going to do today, because yesterday we spoke about, in fact, I'm going to give you a quiz first. Today, what I'm going to do is speak about the things that do not break the fast. And you guys are going to be shocked. For those of you who are new to practicing Islam, for those of you who are weak in your iman, you're going to be shocked because you're going to realize don't nothing break your fast except eating, drinking, and sex. And you can't go without eating, drinking, and sex for 8 hours. Something wrong with you. You must weigh about 1,000 pounds. How much you weigh? Let's talk about it. For the sister that sent me the email today, I got an email from a sister that says, "Dear Sister Laila," and by the way, we have our Islam Q&A show tonight, and that we're going to talk about this for the Islam Q&A show at 9 o'clock tonight. She sent this question to me for the Q&A show, but I'm going to answer her question now. She says, "Sister Laila, I can't go all day without eating. I'll pass out." So you know what my response to you is? How much do you weigh? Do you weigh 8,000 pounds? You must be a big mama jama. You got a mane? I mean, come on here. You must be one of those big birthers. You know, one of the butt sisters. Are you one of the butt sisters? The troglodytes. Is that what you are? What the heck you mean you can't go 8 hours without stuffing your face? Girl, no wonder why you can't find a mane. Hello? You better get it together. And you know darn well she don't weigh no 8,000 pounds. You know darn well she ain't one of the birth the butt sisters. That's her weakness of faith again. Because any woman that cannot stuff her face for 8 hours got some issues. And you sisters cry to me every Friday, "Oh, can you wave a wand, Sister Laila? Can you wave your wand, Sister Laila? Can you wave your wand and find me a husband?" Well, maybe that's why you can't get a man. Because you got to stop stuffing your face. Do y'all know that we got people in Gaza? We have Muslims in Gaza. Despite all the fitna that they are subjected to, they're happy. They're looking forward to Ramadan. I got an email from one of the brothers who used to be a part of my website who's over there. He said, "Laila, the Muslims here are strong. They're strong. They're looking forward to the month of Ramadan, even though they don't have much to eat, even though they don't have homes. Many of them are living in tents, but they look at Ramadan as being the month of new beginnings, the month of miracles. So they're welcoming it. And these people don't have no food. And here you Western Muslim women can't go 8 hours without stuffing your face. Telling me that if you go 8 hours without stuffing your face, you're going to die. Maybe you need to change places with the Muslim women in Gaza. How's that? Maybe you need to change places with the women in Gaza. All right. So that's just something. This is how you defeat Shaitan. And also remember, guys, Ramadan is the month of tests too. You want to know who the strong believers are? You want to know who the real believers are? Check them out during the month of Ramadan. You want to know who's a good Muslim and who ain't? See who's fasting during Ramadan. Who's telling you, oh, I can't fast because I'm pregnant. I can't fast because I had a gynecologist appointment today. I can't fast because, I'm anemic. Who ain't anemic? That's another one. I've been anemic all my life. Who ain't anemic? Okay? Y'all better get it together. Now, yesterday, I talked about something that's very important. In order for your fast to be accepted, what must you do? Who can remember that? Which one of you sisters can remember that? In order for your fast to be accepted, what is the pillar, in other words? What must you do in order for your fast to be accepted? Every Muslim on planet Earth should know this answer. Ramadan's about to begin in a couple of days. What must you do in order for your fast to be accepted?
Make your intentions the night before.
Say it again.
Make your intentions the night before.
Good job. Exactly. And I want you sisters to remember that. You must have the intention to fast. And it must be the night before. That's the key. The night before. Can I make my intention to fast after Fajr? Can I make my intention to fast after Fajr, people?
No.
No. And that's a lot of women I know do that. A lot of women make intentions to fast after Fajr. Guess what? Your fast is not accepted. So what does that mean, guys? If I don't have the intention the night before, what does that mean?
You're wasting time.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
Your fast is not accepted and you have to make that day up.
Exactly. You have to make that day up. So, to prevent yourself from falling into that sin, can I make my intention one intention for the whole month, or do I have to make my intentions every night?
One intention for the entire month. Yeah.
So what do y'all think? Do I have to make it every night, or can I make it for the one intention for the whole month?
One intention for the whole month.
Exactly. And that's what I want you sisters to do, because I don't want to get emails from you women telling me, oh, Sister Laila, I got a gynecologist appointment. And by the way, I didn't make intentions anyway. I forgot. You make one intention for the whole month. One intention for the whole month. Does that come with a condition? And if so, what is the condition?
Yes, for a woman who have her menses, when she's about to start fasting, she has to have her intention before fasting.
Okay, somebody else explain it a little better. She kind of sounds confused. What is she saying? What is the condition? If I make one intention for the whole month, what is the condition?
She's saying if a woman has her menses, then she does not fast. But when she does come back, when she's done with her menses, she must take her ghusl and state her intentions to fast.
Okay, so she has to renew. That's the condition. Y'all got to learn how to word things better. If I'm going to make one intention for the whole month, that's good. But if I do something to break the fast, And what are the things that break the fast? Menses or travel. Then I have to renew my intention after my menses ends or after I come back from my journey. Does everybody understand that? So that's what I want you sisters to do. When Ramadan, when I get to let you guys know that Ramadan, the moon has been seen or whatever, you make your intention to fast after Isha. And you make your intention to fast for the whole month. But whenever your menses starts, after you take your ghusl to clean up from your menses, you renew your intention for the rest of the month. Everybody understand? That means you make another intention. For you brothers, you make one intention for the whole month, to fast the whole month. But if your job sends you on out of town and you have to break your fast because you're traveling, when you get back, renew your intention. Or say you get sick. Say, for example, I got one intention for the whole month, but I catch the flu. So I got to stop fasting for a week because I'm sick with the COVID or I'm sick with the flu. When you get over that sickness, you renew your intention for the rest of the month. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody understand that? Is that clear? All the sisters here got that? So do that so that way you don't end up calling me on the phone, thinking, oh, I forgot to make. That's how easy Allah made this religion for us. Fasting is not hard. It's easy. It's only for 8 hours at the most. If you can't fast for 8 hours, something is wrong with you, sisters. That means you got a problem and you need to go see a doctor because you a glutton. And I want y'all to remember, Allah hates gluttony. If you one of them people that got to stuff your face like that, that's gluttony. That's one of the worst sins. Ramadan is the month of self-evaluation. You get to look at yourself and admit the truth. The truth is hard to admit. A lot of us look in the mirror. We have low self-esteem and we don't want to admit that we got some issues with ourselves. Ramadan helps you to open your eyes and see what those issues are. Your issue is self-control. You can't control yourself. Some of us have an eating problem. Some of us have a sex problem. Some of us have a problem with our tongue. Some of us have a problem, with being out in the streets. Ramadan is the month of self-evaluation, the month where you got no choice. This is why Allah loves this month. This is why I love Ramadan too. Because Ramadan helps you to discover what your weaknesses are and what you need to work on to develop that self-esteem that you need as a female in this world. Okay. So that's what we talked about yesterday, the intentions. Without an intention, there is no fast for Ramadan. Just like without al-Fatiha, there's no prayer. So today what I'm going to do is talk about the things that do not, I repeat, the things that do not, I repeat, the things that do not break the fast. Okay, so let me put the PowerPoint up. And I want all the follower kids who are here to take screenshot. Hide that. Okay, man, hold on. Yeah, my allergies. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Yeah, it's the weather change here, so everybody's, and mine too. The sister is saying her allergies too. Yeah, this is that time of year. My allergies are acting up too. So we just have to, we're going to talk about that too. About the allergies. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's put this up. Okay, let me make my screen larger. And people on Zoom. Okay, let me share to them first. Oh. And now me. Okay, people here, let me, yeah, you can see the moon. Like I say, you guys will be welcome in that moon at the end of Ramadan. I know I do. Okay, hold on. Right. Okay, now everybody should be able to see this. Let's go up in here. Slideshow. Okay, and today what I'm going to be speaking about, I want you guys to, everybody listening and watching, I hope you guys have me on the big screen TV for the kids too, because I want the kids to be watching this. Your daughters and sons should be watching this too, because any child, let me talk to the cheering. For you cheering, any child 7 years old, you will be fasting. Y'all heard that? I don't want to hear about you a baby. You know, it's time to grow up. You ain't no baby. If you 7 years old, you will be fasting too. If your mother wants to have you fast half days, okay. But if you 10 years old, you cheering, you fasting the whole day. Ain't no half day fast for no 10-year-old. Y'all understand that? So I want all the cheering, get it out your system. And if we catch you breaking your fast, there will be punishment. There will be consequences. But all cheering over the age of 10, you will be fasting. And like I say, if you can't go 8 hours, something wrong with you too. We're going to talk about you cheering. Okay? So take notes. All right. All right. Today we're going to talk about the things that do not break the fast. And I want the children to pay attention, because the kids will come up with all this nonsense. Oh, I broke my fast. Oh, really? Well, the parents come up with crazy stuff too. Let's take a look at it. Now, every Muslim should know, for the girls and the women, whenever you start your period, that does break your fast. You cannot pray, nor can you fast when you're on your menses. And again, after your menses ends, you take a ghusl and you renew your intention. The same with the women who have babies. If you're bleeding, you have 40 days. Okay? After the 40th day, then you take a ghusl and renew your intentions. And when it comes to what can break the fast, these are the three conditions. If you knew that whatever it is you're doing broke the fast, then the fast is broken. For example, smoking cigarettes. You cannot smoke cigarettes. By the way, smoking cigarettes is haram anyway. Smoking cigarettes is haram. No Muslim on this planet should smoke cigarettes. And that includes that hookah, all that crap. Smoking the TP, all of that crap. That's haram anyway. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. But say, for example, you know that cigarette smoke break the fast, but you smoke a cigarette anyway, it's broken. But if a person didn't know, say, for example, you're new to Islam, you just became Muslim, and you didn't know that smoking cigarettes breaks the fast, then that's different. Okay? Also, we talked about how if a person forgot, and that's going to happen during the first week. The first week of Ramadan, you might forget that you're fasting. I do it every year. I'll end up going to buy me a Starbucks. I'll be sitting here drinking half a coffee and realize, oh my God, I'm fasting. Well, that doesn't break your fast. You just, stop drinking it and keep it moving. But if you deliberately, intentionally drank the Starbucks, then it's broken. Okay? Now, if somebody forced you, say, for example, somebody put a gun to your head and forced you to break your fast, you're not held accountable for that either. And hopefully that should never happen. But what I want you sisters to focus on is the reality. Whenever your menses comes, it's broken. You have to make those days up. And if you sisters just had a baby and you're still bleeding, you can't fast. The things that do break the fast, like I told you, is sexual relations. Also, menstruation and eating or drinking. These are the 3 things that break the fast. Any action that involves the release of bodily fluids, such as sexual relations, menstruation, or eating something, putting something into your stomach, that's what breaks the fast. Write it down. Take a screenshot. These are the only 3 things. And like I say, if you can't go 8 hours without intercourse, you can't go 8 hours without stuffing something down your throat, something's wrong with you. You better go see a medical doctor and a mental doctor. Okay? Also, a lot of you may be on medication like me. Anything that entails putting it in your mouth and swallowing it into your stomach breaks the fast. So that means you cannot take Tylenol. You cannot take any medicine when you're fasting by mouth. Any medication that you swallow by mouth, you have to change your time of taking them, like I do. I take lots of vitamins because I'm bariatric. Okay, after bariatric surgery, I take vitamin B, I take vitamin K, vitamin C, and vitamin D, and I just take them in the morning or I take them at night. But if you take any type of pill while you're fasting, it's going to break your fast. Or any type of injection of nourishment. For example, and I'm going to talk about this, kidney dialysis. If you have to have a kidney dialysis, that breaks the fast because they're flushing, cleansing the blood and flushing in sugars and salts. Also, blood transfusions. A blood transfusion breaks the fast. Why? Because again, they're taking blood out of you and cleansing it and putting blood back in you. That's why for the sister earlier that was talking about iron, I had to know, is it like a blood transfusion? What do you mean? Oh, they're just putting an IV in me, putting iron in me. Well, that doesn't break the fast. But if they were putting it in and taking it out, that's different. Putting it in, taking it out to cleanse it, that's different. And nourish it, that's different. So blood transfusions and any type of medication that you take by mouth will break the fast. Does everybody understand that? Hopefully you won't need any blood transfusions. Okay? Hopefully you won't have to take no pills for 8 hours. You can put them up, change your schedule around. All right. Now, a lot of people say, what about the flu shot? What about an injection? Injections that are not nourishing do not break the fast. For example, insulin. That's why I tell you, if you're diabetic, you can fast. Insulin. Take your insulin. If you need to take a shot, take the shot. A flu shot does not break the fast. COVID shot does not break the fast. Vitamin B shot. I had to get vitamin B shots for 3 years because my vitamin B is still low. That does not break the fast, guys, because it's not a food source like that. It's not sugar, salt, stuff like that. So any type of injection like insulin, flu shot, COVID shot, vitamin B shot does not break the fast. See, I keep telling y'all, don't try to come up with an excuse to get out of fasting because you ain't going to have one. But kidney dialysis is different because, again, like you see here, this entails taking blood out and putting it back in with nourishing stuff like sugar and salt. That does break the fast. If you're sitting there and they're just giving you an iron injection, or they're just giving you some iron, that ain't breaking nothing. They just putting it in. It's not coming back out. If they were taking it out to put other stuff, that's different. But they're just injecting iron in you or giving you an IV with some iron in it. Nothing's wrong with that. But this is different. Okay? Suppositories. That does not break the fast. What's a suppository? Say, for example, you're constipated. So you stick a suppository in you. That does not break the fast. Eye drops. I wear contact lenses. Saline solution. Eye drops do not break the fast. Ear drops. If you have to have ear drops, you have to have your ears hydrated, cleansed. That does not break the fast. And let's talk about the teeth. Having your tooth pulled does not break the fast. Having your wound cleaned. Say, for example, they want to come and clean the wound that you got on your side. That does not break the fast either. Again, none of this entails eating or drinking unless you put it in your mouth, eating it, or putting it in your mouth to swallow it. It's not breaking your fast. Also, here's the allergy. Nose drops. Now, I have allergies. I take nose drops every day. You can squirt. This is the same kind I take too. You can squirt the nose drops in your nose. That does not break the fast. Nasal sprays like this do not break the fast. Having your ears cleaned or syringe does not break the fast. And for the women who have angina, say, for example, you have heart problems, the tablets that you put under your tongue to treat angina, that does not break the fast. Y'all see that? You see how wonderful Allah is. Allah did not make fasting a hardship for any of us. You ain't gonna die because you going 8 hours without stuff in your face, because that's all it is stuff in your face. Okay? Anything inserted into the vagina does not break the fast. Like I told the sister about the gynecologist. I don't care. A pep test does not break the fast. Using a scope does not break the fast. If the doctor puts his fingers inside you, that does not break the fast either. Douches do not break the fast either. If you got that chlamydia, what they call that stuff, that nasty woman's disease, chlamydia, some women have it. Let's just talk about that nasty woman's disease called chlamydia that come from a man having multiple wives and the women ain't clean. If you got to take that, put that stuff up inside of you, and with that tube, that does not break the fast either. None of that breaks the fast. Okay? What else? What if you got asthma like me? A puffer. Asthma puffers do not break the fast because it's not food, it's air. It's oxygen, it's air. Puffers do not break the fast. One of the brothers asked me about having a blood sample. Having a blood sample does not break the fast either. Cupping does not break the fast either. So if your doctor wants you to go get blood work done so he can check your levels, that's cool. It doesn't break your fast. Brushing your teeth with toothpaste does not break the fast. Using mouthwash does not break the fast. Gargling medication by mouth does not break the fast. For those of you who waited till now to make a dentist appointment, good luck. You still got to fast, sister. Having your tooth extracted does not break the fast. Them putting a tooth filling in does not break the fast. Even if they have to shoot you with a Novocaine, that injection, it doesn't break the fast either. So you just made an appointment. Have a good time getting your teeth done. Okay? It ain't breaking your fast. Okay? See? Also, to put an IUD into the uterus, this does not break the fast either. So I don't want to hear about, oh, sister, my IUD came out and I put my IUD back in. Well, how was it? Your fast is not broken, sweetheart. Have a good IUD day. See, Allah knows his creation. He knows his creation better than we know ourselves. You can trick yourself, but you can't fool Allah. Again, what about a catheter? You got to use a catheter. Catheters do not break the fast either. That's not eating anything. I hope you ain't eating and drinking that stuff. It does not break the fast. Dental fillings, cleaning of the teeth, toothbrush, toothpaste. None of that breaks the fast. Mouth sprays. Even a topical mouth spray does not break the fast. Y'all get that? You can't trick Allah. Also, like I said, the flu shot and stuff like that doesn't break the fast. The what you call that other, the shingles. Remind me, family, to make an appointment. My doctor told me to get that shingles and I keep forgetting. The shingles shot. None of that stuff breaks the fast, guys. Oxygen does not break the fast. Anesthesia. Say, for example, you have to go have what they call it, a procedure. You have to have a procedure. So they give you anesthetic. Anesthetic does not break the fast. It's not eating or drinking nothing. It's a gas. Lotion, creams, patches do not break the fast. So we talked about arthritis. If you got arthritis, yeah, you can put your cream on. Use your arthritis cream. That does not break the fast. For you sisters trying to stop smoking, the Nicoderm patch. You should have the Nicoderm patch. The Nicoderm patch does not break the fast. A catheter into the veins for imaging or treatment of blood vessels in the heart does not break the fast. You see this, Geechee? This is what I was saying. I didn't know what that stuff was you talking about, but it don't break the fast. A laparoscope. Using a laparoscope to go inside the stomach. That's what they use for people like me to check my GERD. That does not break the fast. So if I have a GERD attack and I go to the doctor and the doctor issues a laparoscope to see what's going on in my stomach and my esophagus, that does not break the fast, guys. If your doctor tells you he needs a biopsy from the liver, a biopsy from your thyroid, none of that stuff breaks the fast, so knock yourself out. I keep telling y'all, fasting is easy. All you're doing is going without sex and food and drink. That's it. Finally, a gastroscopy. This is when they put that instrument into the brain or the spinal column. That does not break the fast either, guys. So if the doctor want to check your brain out, any medications he's using to do that, or any instrument, it like in this picture, it does not break your fast. Do y'all see that? So, as you can see, guys, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, you know, fasting simply entails going without food or drink. That's all. It entails going without food, sex, and drink. Food, sex, and drink from dawn, which is Fajr, until Maghrib, which is sunset. And it's not that bad because it's not even the summertime. And that's why I say any Muslim that calls me on the phone and tells me that that person cannot stop eating for 8 hours, that's all it's going to be for this year, or you can't stop drinking for 8 hours, something is wrong with you. You got a problem. You must be Little Miss Piggy. And if you are Little Miss Piggy, you better change yourself this month. Learn how to control yourself. Because that's what Ramadan is about. Self-control, self-restraint, getting closer to Allah, letting go of this dunya, letting go of the things in this world that can keep us away from Allah, such as too much food, too much sex, too much rock and roll, too much party. That's what Ramadan's about. Refraining, abstaining, just for a few hours out the day. And you carry on with the rest of your life.